Hey, what's going on, guys? So we got some big news regarding Telltale games. So a while back there was some talk of a secret project that Telltale was working on, and now it's been revealed that the next Telltale game will be Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's confirmed for 2017 release date. Or at least episode 1 should come out sometime in 2017. Now this is really big news because once again it shows us that Telltale isn't afraid to challenge themselves with these deep storytelling games. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy is a very different type of property for Telltale to be working on. It's very different from Walking Dead, very different from Wolf Among Us, and very different from Batman. It's not the kind of game that I think could rely on too much dialogue. I think it's important to find that perfect balance between dialogue and combat in this Marvel property. Personally, I'd like to see a lot more combat and quick time events over dialogue. That's actually where the Batman Telltale series falls short, or is falling short, is because they focus a little bit too much on the dialogue with the Bruce Wayne aspect over Batman, which kind of overshadows the whole Batman aspect, which is the Batman parts are still great, but like those are the parts that we actually care about. There's some small Bruce Wayne parts that we actually care about. So that's the thing that I'm worried about could happen with Guardians of the Galaxy, that they could have too much dialogue and it could overshadow the action of the game. Also, if they do decide to do more dialogue, then they better have some damn good humor, because that's just how we see Guardians of the Galaxy now. It's just great comedy in those movies and we get a good laugh out of them. So that's something that I really want them to focus on if they decide to go for a dialogue heavy approach. As for their story, I have absolutely no idea where they could go with this, but a couple suggestions I could throw out there could be maybe somehow they could tie this in with Volume 2, which is coming out in 2017. Or tied in with the first movie. So if they decided to tie it in with the second movie, they could maybe have this act as like an epilogue or a kind of like a sequel to Volume 2, like it takes place after the events of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So I think that'd be a really nice approach. And another one that they could do is it's like a in between Volume 1 and Volume 2. So after the events of Guardians of the Galaxy 1, this acts as like again like an epilogue or a sequel between the end of the first movie and before the beginning of the second movie. So it may be some kind of like just some small story between there. But if you're speaking realistically, I don't think they're gonna tie it in with any of the movies, because they didn't do it with Batman. I have no clue where they could go with this, but I'd definitely like to see them maybe at least hint at something from the movie. Another big major piece that sets this apart from the other Telltale games is the environment. Guardians of the Galaxy takes place in space and on different planets, which is heavily detailed. So it's definitely going to be a huge challenge for Telltale to be making the environmental art for these games. But I do believe that they can actually pull this off and make some amazing artwork for the game with enough time and hard work put into it. Lastly, I hope that they focus on each character's story instead of just one central character. I'd like to be able to like switch between characters. You can play as Star-Lord, you can play as Drax, you can play as Rocket, Gamora, you can play as all these characters, and you can experience each of their stories before certain events and after certain events. So I'd definitely like to see them, definitely like to see myself playing as some, at least, if not all, at least some of those characters. But that's all I really had to say, is just letting you guys know that Telltale's secret project is Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's set for a 2017 release date, or at least episode 1 will be a 2017 release date. And I definitely think if they play their cards right, this could probably be the biggest Telltale game that they've ever made. There's just a lot riding on this right now, and that's all I've got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, smack that like button, as always appreciate it. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Also, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button to see more content like this. See you guys next time.